Hello future tech leaders, I'm Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Let's assume that the sales order now was confirmed and now our warehouse team is going to fulfill the sales order to the customer. You can see that there is this fulfill button over here. You can fulfill this from here simply by clicking on the sales order, or you can go in transactions, on the order management, and here you have fulfill orders. You can go from here as well. Like if I go from here again, my sales order number is 1258. Here on this page, you can see all the orders that needs to be fulfilled. You can, filter them by customer. Let's say I want to fulfill right now my Samsung customer. For some reason, it's not showing up over here, but that's it. Alright, I think it's the date issue. Alright, but again, the idea here is just to show you that on this page fulfill orders, you can see all the sales orders that needs to be fulfilled. Alright? And your warehouse team or the warehouse manager would be able to identify all those sales orders. You can filter them by different filter criteria over here based on the date, posting period, customer transaction, and location from which it needs to be fulfilled. This is actually another navigation that you can use to fulfill your sales order. And I'm just going to go back on my sales order to 158. I'm going to click on fulfill. And it is again going to take me to the same screen, which this screen would take. If I click on fulfill, you will notice that both these screens are going to be the same. Again, same process, but different navigation. You see, this item shipment page was opened here. And here also the same item. Shipment page is just loading up. This is basically opening up my item shipment page. Alright. And here also you will notice that the same page opened. It's important to know the different navigations. But again, that's fine. You will notice that this is basically my item shipment, or you can also call it item fulfillment. Right. It's just the same name, or I would say different names for the same transaction in NetSuite. But the idea here is that we are trying now to fulfill this item to the customer. And this is the transaction that the warehouse team is going to make. Item fulfillment or item shipment is the first stage that you will do in the fulfillment process. And notice that there are multiple stages over here. You can do your fulfillment in 3 steps. And again, very important from a business perspective. Some businesses would first pick up the goods from their warehouse location. Then they would pack them and then finally ship them. Right. It's a 3-step process. You would first go in your warehouse and do the picking. Once the item is picked, another person would be packing the goods in some carton or pallet or whatever. And then, once it is packed, then the third person would be shipping it via truck or FedEx, UPS or whatever. Fulfillment or item shipment is basically in 3 steps. Let's see how these 3 steps would work. Let's say I did pick my goods and I'm setting the status to picked first right now. Meaning that my picker went into the warehouse, found the goods in my warehouse and picked them up and put them in any staging area on my warehouse location. The picker would set the status to picked. Select the item. He found this item 1791 in my San Francisco, US location. And he also needs to provide some inventory detail here, which is perhaps the status. Alright, these are in all good status. I have 9 or 13 available and out of that I'm going to pick up 10 goods. I'm going to find this and select. And once I have verified this information, once the picker has verified this information, he's simply just going to click on save. And now you will notice that this item shipment or item fulfillment is in picked status. You see, this is in picked status. This has not been shipped yet. And if I go back on my sales order really quick just to show you how this status is updated. It is still in pending fulfillment, meaning that we have not fulfilled this to the customer yet. Right, we have just internally picked this item. And here you can see that this item is right now in picked status. It is not packed. It is not fulfilled or invoiced. It's just picked right now. Here you can see that this item would just mark this as packed. Once they have done the package, they will perhaps edit this and provide the package details. Here you have your package details. In NetSuite, you can also capture all the packaging details and the tracking number for this package. Here you can provide the weight of the package. Let's say 2 pounds, package content description. Again, you know these are all shipping related package information and your package tracking number. This is maybe your FedEx, UPS, US, DHL, whatever method you are using. You will get a tracking number for that as well. You can enter that tracking number of the package and you can add that detail over here. And now we will change the status to packed because now this item has been packed in a physical carton. And I'm going to mark this as packed. And once this is done, I'm going to simply save this. Now notice that status of this fulfillment is packed. And if I go back on my sales order, you know this is going to be also visible on my sales order screen. This sales order has been packed. Again, this is pending fulfillment. We have not shipped the goods yet. And you will notice that the item is picked. And it is also packed now. Now what you can do is the final step. You can also mark this as shipped. Once the item is physically out, you can simply mark this as shipped. Now, here you can also do one thing. As we discussed, you can do some partial fulfillments as well. You can change the quantity here to 5. You know you have this option. Let's say I'm going to select 5 here. I'm going to select my status quantity internally here as 5 as well. Instead of 10, now I'm going to do 5. And I'm going to select ship status. And I'm going to save it. Now notice that 5 quantity has been shipped against this sales order. And if I go again on my sales order screen, notice how this sales order status will change. You notice this is now partially fulfilled. And you will see that 5 quantities just got updated. 5 picked, 5 packed and 5 fulfilled. It will automatically change the quantities for you. Now you have done partial fulfillment. The order quantity was 10, but you only fulfilled 5 right now. This is basically the case I was trying to show you. And now again, when you're doing another fulfillment, you can simply click on Fulfill. And you can create a new fulfillment again. Later that day, if you realize that you need to ship again the remaining 5, you will see that now the quantity remaining is also 5. If I select all the inventory details, this is in a good shape and I need to just simply ship them out. And now at this point, I'm not going to do the pick back shift. I'm directly doing the shipment. Just to show you the creation of the shipped fulfillment. And I can simply save this. Notice that this is another item fulfillment that I created against the same sales order. You don't need to create a sales order again. The same sales order can be used to create multiple fulfillment. And if I go back on the same sales order, notice that 10 quantity was ordered. 10 quantity has now been fulfilled. But if I go in my related records here, this is my related records. And you will notice that there are 2 item shipment or 2 item fulfillment created against the same sales order. You can do partial shipment against the same sales order. And once this is fulfilled, you will see that the status of the sales order is now pending billing, which means that you can now start billing against the sales order. And again, billing can also be done in partial status as well. You can do first billing of 5 items and then for the remaining 5 items as well. I hope that answers your question. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.